Well, I originally injured my shoulder back in 1988. Uh, been at a church softball thing, played softball all day, and at the end of the evening, um, reached in the back seat to take my glove out of the back seat, and when I did, my shoulder popped, and it's never been right since. And in 2020, I tripped and dislocated my shoulder and had to go in the OR for them to put it back in, and it's been a mess. Back in August, we went on family vacation and I slept in a hotel, and that bed just really messed my arm up. So you and I met at my sister and brother-in-law's house, and you put the ice wave patch on, which I was pretty skeptical, and you probably couldn't see that on my face at all, I'm sure. But I was kind of skeptical and thinking, how is this little thing looks like a band-aid going to do anything? And I would say that first patch probably relieved it about 40, 50%, but I wore another ice wave the next day and that took it down to about 80%. My wife started wearing the patches, the X39 and the Eon, and I honestly, after the two ice waves, I didn't wear for any patches. And after about 4 days of her wearing the patches, she she has a bad back and hip problems, and she actually has a handicap placard because she can't walk very much. If she does, she's laid up in bed for a few days and in a lot of pain. And what she works at a homeschool co-op. It's kind of like a private school, but they can't call it that. It's for homeschool assistants. But it was her long day. It was a Wednesday. She worked from 8:30 to 3:30. Went to church Wednesday night. Um, After church, we're just watching some shows, and she, I said to her, I said, it's 11:30. We need to go to bed. She's like, it's what? I said, it's 11:30. She said, I'm not even tired. I said, well, it's 11:30. We need to get to bed. And she looked at her Fitbit, and she had put in over 7,500 steps that day. And she was not in pain. She wasn't exhausted. And that's when I decided that I should probably try the patches. So I put on the X39 and the Eon, and in about 4 days, my pain was down about 80%. After a week, I had no pain. I've been to a rheumatologist. I've been diagnosed with severe osteoarthritis in both shoulders, both hips, both hands, and my low back. After a week of wearing the patches, zero pain. About 10 days into wearing the patches, I was in the garage and I saw a softball. Now, I have not been able to throw overhand since 1988. So I took the softball, went in the backyard, and I'm able to do this. If I had done that 2 months ago, it would have felt like somebody was ripping my arm off. I can throw a ball. Since 1988, I haven't been able to do that. My wife and I are both diabetic. She, a week or so ago, checked her sugar before she went to bed because she takes long acting in the morning, long acting before she goes to bed, takes fast acting after each meal. Her blood sugar going before she went to bed was 81.
What?
So she didn't take a shot. And then she woke up in the morning, usually in the morning after a shot, her sugar's in the 200s. It was 61. So she still didn't take a shot. Lunchtime, just before she ate breakfast, just before lunch, she took her sugar and it was 100. So she ate, she took a fast acting, and she's been able to cut her insulin in more than in half. My blood sugar, I'm a diabetic as well. It has come down. I mean, I was running 2 months ago, my blood sugar was running in the mid 200s, and now it's running around 160. So we're just really excited about what's happening with wearing the patches.
All from a little band-aid.
Yeah, a little band aid.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask a couple questions. Do you do any medication for your diabetes?
Yeah, I take oral medication,
Okay.
um, and she's on oral medication and insulin.
Okay. That's awesome. So she's been able to cut the insulin in half. And you guys are only about how long have you been using the patches?
We signed up October 31st, so took a couple of days to get the patches, so just over a month.
Just over a month, about a month and a half. That's amazing. So it started with an injured shoulder. You didn't tell me any of this other stuff that night. We patched you and we were having trouble finding a spot where you got pain free, but we did get your pain somewhat reduced
Yeah.
and enough so that you went home the next day and said, okay, let's try this again.
And
And
to be honest, Cindy, I wasn't probably the most cooperative
you're
person
fine.
because I'm
You're
sitting there looking at this little thing and going, yeah, right. Because,
No, I had the same exact reaction, Eddie. I when mine came in the mail, I called Dr. Don, who is Susan's husband, and I'm like, Don, it's a band-aid. Like you just had me get a box of band-aids. And I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, fine. We'll put it on my body and give it a try. And like other people, I had miraculous results. And I'm really glad that yours are going so well. Keep really close eye on both of your sugar because as your body heals itself, these patches don't heal you. They give your body what you need for your body to heal itself. And as your body heals itself, we don't want to over medicate you. And again, just like with Charles, make sure you're consulting with your doctors and reducing dosages as necessary. But that is a super exciting testimony. I'm so glad to see you again and to hear that. Dr. Jen, do you have any questions for my friend Eddie?
Well, somebody in the chat is asking, and I was curious as well as to what patches Eddie's been wearing. Eddie and his wife.
the X39 and the Eon.
That's it.
Yeah,
Those two patches. Okay. All right, wonderful. The dynamic duo. We love those two. You can accomplish so much in the body with just those two patches, and you're only 45 days in. So I'd love to have you back on again further on down the road and see what progress you've made later on.
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see. But yeah, that was my main question. And gosh, I know osteoarthritis is a bear. So I bet that affects everything, just having that pain relief because when you're in pain, you're not sleeping well. It affects everything from your balance to the amount that you move your body. And when you're not moving your body as much, your lymphatic system's not moving as much. I mean, it just has such a trickle down effect. So I'm sure it's changed your life in a lot more ways than just being able to throw a softball.
Yeah, absolutely. And when your hips hurt, um, you kind of walk different.
Oh, yeah. It
And
throws off your back and everything.
absolutely. And it's made it to where I've always been able to walk and just I could go to Disney World, for example, and walk all day and not have a problem. But I'll be really sore and stiff the next day.
Mm.
And I've I've not had any of that soreness and stiffness. Sleeping has been a lot easier, a lot better because you're not having to toss and turn because you're not in pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Do you wear your Eon patch day or night?
Daytime.
Daytime. Okay. Yeah. That is one of those patches that can be worn either or. But okay. Well, that's quite a bit of progress in a short period of time. So, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.